In 1964, the Olympic Games were held in Tokyo. Those games were the first to be held in Asia, and also for the very first time they could be watched in colour if you were lucky enough to own a colour TV set. Competing in gymnastics for Australia was 19-year-old Barry Cheales. Today, Barry calls the Sunshine Coast home, and we caught up with him to talk about his time as an Olympian and how he's stayed active and healthy as he's gotten older. Barry, how did you first get involved with gymnastics?
Gee, that goes back a few years. At home in suburban Brisbane, we had a front yard with a fence, and that was supposed to be keeping the children in. As the oldest one, I managed to be able to leap the fence, but that sort of...
Did you escape?
I escaped. Well, I don't think that's any new to children this day and age, even now, but Mum and Dad saw a need to get me out and maybe have something a little bit of organised play, so they sent me off to the YMCA in Brisbane. At 16, I was being trained in the discipline of formal gymnastics, and that involves, for men, 6 different apparatus. And at age 16, they had the first national gymnastic titles in Perth, and we did a lot of fundraising and got myself across to that. So that was the beginning of a relationship from till about 40. I think I competed last. So
fantastic.
A long competitive career.
And what was your first Olympics? When was that?
I was 19. I went to this national title, and at the end of it, they announced a team to go to the Olympic Games, and my name was in it. And I thought, whoa. We flew off to Tokyo, lived in a village, all the preparatory work, a turning point for me, and something probably one of my greatest life's highlights is standing in the arena of for the first time of Olympic Games, being one of 15,000 athletes from all over the world, and just seeing the history of the Olympic flag raising. You were a revered athlete representing your country, and you're all in one arena together, and that was just really something special.
I do believe that you've got something you should show us.
Yeah, well...
And what is it called?
It's called Olympic Torch, which is pretty special
How about
piece
doing
of work.
A presentation?
Well,
look at that.
This is a torch from the Sydney Olympics. There are a few of them around Australia because a lot of, certainly all of the Olympians or previous Olympians had the opportunity to run with this torch. And I did my little run and handed it off to Alan Border of all
Did you
people,
really?
which was pretty exciting as well. But then after that day, I mean, I still had the uniform on. Well, it took me about 2 hours to get away from the street because it had polarised the suburb, and people were coming and wanting to have a look at it and get autographs, and it went on for literally hours. So that whole experience and joy of the Olympic fame and being so close to that whole history and the supreme athletes from around the world was just something special.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
The transition into retirement's an interesting factor. The men's sheds came on a little bit after I did that transition, but I'm a great believer that the men's sheds are just absolutely fantastic for guys in that transition to retirement, because it just provides that link with guys and gives them the opportunity to learn some skills, be someone else, do whatever you want. And that's just huge and important.
Now, is this true that you can still do a handstand?
Well, it's a life's challenge. If I've been a gymnast, I've still got to be able to do a handstand.
Is it?
I work very hard at trying to keep it, but it's getting tighter and tighter as the years go by.
Okay, do you reckon we could squeeze one out this morning?
Well, we could try.
Okay, where would you like to do this?
Right here.
Oh my goodness! Oh, wow!